welcome back into the studio. I am so excited to be playing along again with this month's Mixed Media Menagerie. And this strange collection of things is we have 3 colors of our own choice plus black and white to use. The supplies, the normal supply is a rubber stamp, the unique one is a Q-tip, and the medium is a liquid watercolor. The theme is leftovers. Of course, we're still working in the Dina Wakley Mixed Media Blue edition, and there is no ephemera drop because we're using leftovers. So I tried to look for things that I had used in past Mixed Media Menageries, and I decided to go with this with the burlap on it. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, so I just started ripping and cutting, and finally got to a place where I was like, okay, guess this is what I'm doing. So anyways, without further ado, here is my take on the strange collection of things for the November Mixed Media Menagerie. For everyone else's links, you can look down in the description box, as well as for all the supplies I used. There are links down there. So I've decided to add some gesso, and I'm only adding it on the bottom of the page and the top, and I'm doing it kind of heavy at the very bottom and heavy at the very top, and then just getting lighter as I move towards the center. This is watercolor paper. By doing that, what happens is I get a different effect when acrylics or watercolors or whatever I throw at this, how it gets absorbed into the page. So it'll be a difference, there'll be some slight differences in color. So I tried to take advantage of that by adding my gesso in a very specific way. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to adhere these pieces of this ripped and torn and cut burlap. And I'm going to use, I end up using 2 kinds of adhesive for this. I used the Beacon Fabri-Tac, which is what I should have used for laying it all down. But I used that, and then for some reason, I don't even know what persuaded me to do it, but I did add some of it down with the gel medium. I should have just stuck with the Fabri-Tac for the whole thing, but you'll see how I kind of overcome that little issue. So here you can really see where the gel medium comes through, and later you'll see how that affects my color absorption in that area. So this paper is piano roll paper, and I carry it in my store, and it is so fun to play with. You can get so many different, depending on what you're working with, you can get so many different kinds of effects. I really enjoy it. So now I'm coming in with some of the Color Burst by Ken Oliver. This is the liquid watercolors, and I'm using sepia. And I have really saturated the burlap area. And you're going to see when I apply this, the color is not going to absorb where that gel medium was. One, it's still wet, and I've added water to it. And so you can see it is coming out white, but you'll see in the end how I overcome that. So you see, once I got that gel medium good and dry, it did take the color. So that was my mistake, wasn't necessarily using the gel medium, it was not getting it fully dry before I went in with a wet substance into the burlap. Now this is some espresso instant coffee. Not only does it smell lovely when it's going down on the page, it is a nice, fun alternative brown. It's got more yellow hues to it rather than the reds of the sepia. So I thought it would be really nice and also really catch some of the wonderfulness of the textures from the assortment of collage papers I used on the bottom.
I am not so sure you believe me, but if I mean to show, I will never let you go. No, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh, baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Everything makes total sense when you're next to, when you're next to, when you're next to me.
And this is some watered down gesso just in a squeeze bottle. And I am just going to make a nice graduation from that top into the coffee staining I did on the top of the page.
Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places, makes me laugh.
I almost forgot the Q-tip. I had no idea what I was going to do with it, but I had those inks out from when I stamped, or that ink out from when I stamped, and I just, okay, maybe I'll dip this in there, and and lo and behold, it's a really nice texture coming off of that burlap.
So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh, baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
I almost forgot to use black, and so I did come in with a black Stabilo all pencil and activated that for a pop of contrast underneath the fringe of that burlap.
Where you wanna go? I am all about adventure times. Another drink and I'll go anywhere. The way you smile, like a flash in the universe. You are illuminating. I don't really care about the people in the bar line. I don't really mind all the woo girls doing stage dives. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh, baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Even if I
If you've liked what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Listed below in my description box is all the supplies that I've used on this piece. Links are listed to my Etsy store or an affiliate link, but I only link to products that I have used, tested, or that I prefer to use. I may receive a small compensation, but there is never any additional cost to you. By using these links, you help me put supplies on my art table and keep my channel content coming. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed.